Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Give entirely to a specific person, activity, or cause. She committed herself to the work of God. Perform an act, usually with a negative connotation. Cause to be admitted, of persons to an institution. After the second episode, she had to be committed. Make an investment. Engage in or perform. Commit a random act of kindness. Confer a trust upon. I commit my soul to God. Give entirely to a specific person, activity, or cause. Consecrate your life to the Church. Dedicate to a deity by a vow. Render holy by means of religious rites. Appoint to a clerical posts. Solemnly dedicated to or set apart for a high or sacred purpose. A life consecrated to science. Give entirely to a specific person, activity, or cause. Inscribe or address by way of compliment. She dedicated her book to her parents. Open to public use, as of a highway, park, or building. Set apart to sacred uses with solemn rites, of a church. Give entirely to a specific person, activity, or cause. Dedicate. Set aside or apart for a specific purpose or use. This land was devoted to mining. Be the cause or source of. Give entirely to a specific person, activity, or cause. Give one's talents to a good cause. The elasticity of something that can be stretched and returns to its original length. Transmit knowledge or skills. Give a secret to the Russians. Move in order to make room for someone for something. Bestow. Give homage. Give food to. Don't give the child this tough meat. Give or supply. Convey or communicate. Of a smile, a look, a physical gesture. Be flexible under stress of physical force. This material doesn't give. Contribute to some cause. Bestow, especially officially. Give a divorce. Dedicate. Give thought to. Break down, literally or metaphorically. Place into the hands or custody of. Organize or be responsible for. Give a course. Bring about. Convey, as of a compliment, regards, attention, etc., bestow. Give the orders. Afford access to. The French doors give onto a terrace. Give or convey physically. Give as a present. Make a gift of. What will you give her for her birthday? Endure the loss of. Cause to happen or be responsible for. Accord by verdict. Give a decision for the plaintiff. Allow to have or take. I give you 2 minutes to respond. Cause to have, in the abstract sense or physical sense. Consent to engage in sexual intercourse with a man. Convey or reveal information. Deliver in exchange or recompense. I'll give you 3 books for 4 CDs. Emit or utter. Give a yelp. Estimate the duration or outcome of something. Execute and deliver. Give, as medicine. Guide or direct, as by behavior of persuasion. Inflict as a punishment. Leave with. Give temporarily. Can I give you my keys while I go in the pool? Manifest or show. This student gives promise of real creativity. Occur. What gives? Offer in good faith. Perform for an audience. Present to view. Proffer, a body part. Propose. Submit for consideration, judgment, or use. Give one's opinion. Transfer possession of something concrete or abstract to somebody. Can you give me lessons? Perform an act, usually with a negative connotation. Perpetrate a crime. Strip of feathers. Pull a chicken. A sharp strain on muscles or ligaments. He was sidelined with a hamstring pull. Perform an act, usually with a negative connotation. Pull a bank robbery. Remove, usually with some force or effort, also used in an abstract sense. Pull weeds. Special advantage or influence. The chairman's nephew has a lot of pull. Direct toward itself or oneself by means of some psychological power or physical attributes. The ad pulled in many potential customers. Bring, take, or pull out of a container or from under a cover. Pull out a gun. A slow inhalation, as of tobacco smoke. Take sides with. Align oneself with. Show strong sympathy for. I'm pulling for the underdog. Tear or be torn violently. Pull the cooked chicken into strips. Cause to move in a certain direction by exerting a force upon, either physically or in an abstract sense. A declining dollar pulled down the export figures for the last quarter. The act of pulling. Applying force to move something toward or with you. The pull up the hill had him breathing harder. Cause to move by pulling. Pull a sled. Strain abnormally. I pulled a muscle in my leg when I jumped up. A device used for pulling something. He grabbed the pull and opened the drawer. Apply force so as to cause motion towards the source of the motion. Pull the string gently. A sustained effort. It was a long pull but we made it. Hit in the direction that the player is facing when carrying through the swing. Pull the ball. Move into a certain direction. The car pulls to the right. Operate when rowing a boat. Pull the oars. Rein in to keep from winning a race. Pull a horse. Steer into a certain direction. Pull one's horse to a stand. Take away. Pull the old soup cans from the supermarket shelf. The force used in pulling. The pull of the moon. Criminal law. A pleading describing some wrong or offense. He was arrested on a charge of larceny. Move quickly and violently. A quantity of explosive to be set off at one time. This cartridge has a powder charge of 50 grains. The quantity of unbalanced electricity in a body, either positive or negative, and construed as an excess or deficiency of electrons. The battery needed a fresh charge. Cause to be agitated, excited, or roused. The speaker charged up the crowd with his inflammatory remarks. Psychoanalysis. The libidinal energy invested in some idea or person or object. Freud thought of cathexis as a psychic analog of an electrical charge. Demand payment. Will I get charged for this service? Direct into a position for use. He charged his weapon at me. Blame for. Make a claim of wrongdoing or misbehavior against. He charged the director with indifference. Request for payment of a debt. They submitted their charges at the end of each month. Cause to be admitted. Of persons to an institution. File a formal charge against. The suspect was charged with murdering his wife. To make a rush at or sudden attack upon, as in battle. Give over to another for care or safekeeping. Provide, a device, with something necessary. Attention and management implying responsibility for safety. A special assignment that is given to a person or group. His charge was deliver a message. Heraldry consisting of a design or image depicted on a shield. A formal statement of a command or injunction to do something. The judge's charge to the jury. Attribute responsibility to. The tragedy was charged to her inexperience. An assertion that someone is guilty of a fault or offense. The newspaper published charges that Jones was guilty of drunken driving. The swift release of a store of effective force. Impose a task upon, assign a responsibility to. He charged her with cleaning up all the files over the weekend. Assign a duty, responsibility or obligation to. She was charged with supervising the creation of a concordance. An impetuous rush toward someone or something. The wrestler's charge carried him past his adversary. A person committed to your care. The teacher led her charges across the street. Cause formation of a net electrical charge in or on. Charge a conductor. Energize a battery by passing a current through it in the direction opposite to discharge. I need to charge my car battery. Enter a certain amount as a charge. He charged me $15. Fill or load to capacity. Charge the wagon with hay. Financial liabilities, such as a tax. The charges against the estate. Instruct, a jury, about the law, its application, and the weighing of evidence. Instruct or command with authority. The teacher charged the children to memorize the poem. Lie down on command, of hunting dogs. Make an accusatory claim. The defense attorney charged that the jurors were biased. Pay with a credit card. Pay with plastic money. Postpone payment by recording a purchase as a debt. Will you pay cash or charge the purchase? Place a heraldic bearing on. Charge all weapons, shields, and banners. Saturate. The room was charged with tension and anxiety. Set or ask for a certain price. How much do you charge for lunch? The price charged for some article or service. The admission charge. Cause to be admitted. Of persons to an institution. Cause to be admitted. Of persons to an institution. Transfer. Cause to be directed or transmitted to another place. Send me your latest results. Assigned to a station. To cause or order to be taken, directed, or transmitted to another place. Cause to go somewhere. Cause to be admitted. Of persons to an institution. Broadcast over the airwaves, as in radio or television. Transport commercially. Provide with power and authority. Place ceremoniously or formally in an office or position. Make an investment. Give qualities or abilities to. Furnish with power or authority. Of kings or emperors. A job in an organization. Assign a location to. A point located with respect to surface features of some region. This is a nice place for a picnic. Assign a rank or rating to. The particular portion of space occupied by something. He put the lamp back in its place. A particular situation. If you were in my place, what would you do? Assigned to a station. A space reserved for sitting, as in a theater or on a train or airplane. He sat in someone else's place. Recognize as being. Establish the identity of someone or something. Where you live at a particular time. Your place or mine. Identify the location or place of. Locate. Take a place in a competition, often followed by an ordinal. Put into a certain place or abstract location. A public square with room for pedestrians. Make an investment. Proper or designated social situation. He overstepped his place. A blank area. Any area set aside for a particular purpose. Who owns this place? Estimate. An item on a list or in a sequence. In the second place. Intend, something, to move towards a certain goal. The post or function properly or customarily occupied or served by another. Took his place. A general vicinity. He comes from a place near Chicago. An abstract mental location. He has a special place in my thoughts. Assigned to, a job or a home. Finish second or better in a horse or dog race. He bet $2 on number 6 to place. Place somebody in a particular situation or location. He was placed on probation. Proper or appropriate position or location. A woman's place is no longer in the kitchen. Sing a note with the correct pitch. The passage that is being read. He lost his place on the page. To arrange for. Place a phone call. Attribute or give. She put too much emphasis on the last statement. Formulate in a particular style or language. I wouldn't put it that way. Arrange thoughts, ideas, temporal events. I put these memories with those of bygone times. Put into a certain place or abstract location. Make an investment. The option to sell a given stock, or stock index or commodity future, at a given price before a given date. Estimate. We put the time of arrival at 8 p.m. Adapt. Put these words to music. Cause someone to undergo something. He put her to the torture. Cause to be in a certain state. Cause to be in a certain relation. That song put me in awful good humor. Translating an idea into action. A hard theory to put into practice. A customary way of operation or behavior. It is their practice to give annual raises. Avail oneself to. Practice a religion. Systematic training by multiple repetitions. Practice makes perfect. Learn by repetition. Pianists practice scales. Engage in a rehearsal of. Engage in or perform. Practice safe sex. Carry out or practice, as of jobs and professions. Practice law. Knowledge of how something is usually done. It is not the local practice to wear shorts to dinner. The exercise of a profession. The practice of the law. Confer a trust upon. Reveal in private. Tell confidentially. Put into the care or protection of someone. Confer a trust upon. The messenger was entrusted with the general's secret. Confer a trust upon. Complete confidence in a person or plan, etc. The doctor-patient relationship is based on trust. Expect and wish. I trust you will behave better from now on. A consortium of independent organizations formed to limit competition by controlling the production and distribution of a product or service. They set up the trust in the hope of gaining a monopoly. Be confident about something. Certainty based on past experience. He put more trust in his own 2 legs than in the gun. A trustful relationship. He betrayed their trust. The trait of believing in the honesty and reliability of others. The experience destroyed his trust and personal dignity. Confer a trust upon. The messenger was entrusted with the general's secret. Allow without fear. Chiefly archaic, extend credit to. Don't trust my ex-wife. I won't pay her debts anymore. Have confidence or faith in. We can trust in our government. Something, as property, held by one party, the trustee, for the benefit of another, the beneficiary. He is the beneficiary of a generous trust set up by his father. Exerting shrewd or devious influence especially for one's own advantage. Use up, consume fully. Avail oneself to. Use care when going down the stairs. Economics. The utilization of economic goods to satisfy needs or in manufacturing. The act of using. He warned against the use of narcotic drugs. Take or consume, regularly or habitually. She uses drugs rarely. What something is used for. Ballet is beautiful, but what use is it? Psychology. An automatic pattern of behavior in reaction to a specific situation. May be inherited or acquired through frequent repetition. Long use had hardened him to it. Law. The exercise of the legal right to enjoy the benefits of owning property. We were given the use of his boat. Put into service. Make work or employ for a particular purpose or for its inherent or natural purpose. Use your head. A particular service. He put his knowledge to good use. Habitually do something or be in a certain state or place, use only in the past tense. She used to call her mother every week, but now she calls only occasionally. Seek or achieve an end by using to one's advantage. She uses her influential friends to get jobs. Engage or hire for work. How many people has she employed? The state of being employed or having a job. They are looking for employment. Put into service. Make work or employ for a particular purpose or for its inherent or natural purpose. Be pertinent or relevant or applicable. The same laws apply to you. Avail oneself to. Apply a principle. Be applicable to, as to an analysis. Apply to a surface. Give or convey physically. Ensure observance of laws and rules. Put into service. Make work or employ for a particular purpose or for its inherent or natural purpose. I apply this rule to get good results. Apply oneself to. Please apply yourself to your homework. Ask for something. Apply for a job. Refer, a word or name, to a person or thing. Put into service. Make work or employ for a particular purpose or for its inherent or natural purpose. How do you utilize this tool? Convert, from an investment trust to a unit trust. Put into service. Make work or employ for a particular purpose or for its inherent or natural purpose. Give an incentive for action. This moved me to sacrifice my career. Be in a state of action. Change location. Move, travel, or proceed, also metaphorically. The soldiers moved towards the city in an attempt to take it before night fell. The act of changing location from one place to another. The movement of people from the farms to the cities. Cause to move or shift into a new position or place, both in a concrete and in an abstract sense. The director moved more responsibilities onto his new assistant. Perform an action, or work out or perform an action. We must move quickly. The act of changing your residence or place of business. They say that 3 moves equal 1 fire. Have a turn. Make one's move in a game. Have an emotional or cognitive impact upon. Follow a procedure or take a course. A change of position that does not entail a change of location. Movement as a sign of life. Progress by being changed. Propose formally, in a debate or parliamentary meeting. Arouse sympathy or compassion in. Her fate moved us all. Change residence, affiliation, or place of employment. We moved from Idaho to Nebraska. Dispose of by selling. The chairman of the company told the salesman to move the computers. Game. A player's turn to take some action permitted by the rules of the game. Go or proceed from one point to another. The debate moved from family values to the economy. Live one's life in a specified environment. She moves in certain circles only. Move so as to change position, perform a non-translational motion. He moved his hand slightly to the right. The act of deciding to do something. He didn't make a move to help. Pretend to have certain qualities or state of mind. He acted the idiot. Behave unnaturally or affectedly. She's just acting. Something that people do or cause to happen. A legal document codifying the result of deliberations of a committee or society or legislative body. Perform an action, or work out or perform an action. Think before you act. A short performance that is part of a longer program. He did his act 3 times every evening. Perform on a stage or theater. She acts in this play. Have an effect or outcome, often the one desired or expected. How does your idea work in practice? Behave in a certain manner. Show a certain behavior, conduct or comport oneself. You should act like an adult. Play a role or part. She wants to act Lady Macbeth, but she is too young for the role. A manifestation of insincerity. He put on quite an act for her benefit. A subdivision of a play or opera or ballet. Be engaged in an activity, often for no particular purpose other than pleasure. Be suitable for theatrical performance. This scene acts well. Discharge one's duties. She acts as the chair. Transfer from one place or period to another. Transfer somebody to a different position or location of work. The act of moving something from one location to another. Application of a skill learned in one situation to a different but similar situation. Move around. Transfer the packet from his trouser pockets to a pocket in his jacket. Transferring ownership. Change from one vehicle or transportation line to another. The act of transferring something from one form to another. The transfer of the music from record to tape suppressed much of the background noise. Someone who transfers or is transferred from one position to another. The best student was a transfer from LSU. Send from one person or place to another. Lift and reset in another soil or situation. Shift the position or location of, as for business, legal, educational, or military purposes. A ticket that allows a passenger to change conveyances. Cause to change ownership. I transferred my stock holdings to my children. Move from one place to another. Transfer the data. Pay out. Spend money. Use up a period of time in a specific way. How are you spending your summer vacation? Spend completely. I spend my pocket money in 2 days. A shape that is spherical and small. He studied the shapes of low-viscosity drops. Remove, cargo, people, etc., from and leave. Drop off the passengers at the hotel. Grow worse. Fall or descend to a lower place or level. A sudden sharp decrease in some quantity. A drop of 57 points on the Dow Jones Index. A free and rapid descent by the force of gravity. It was a miracle that he survived the drop from that height. Let or cause to fall in drops. Stop associating with. They dropped her after she had a child out of wedlock. Pay out. A small indefinite quantity, especially of a liquid. He had a drop too much to drink. Get rid of. Cause to fall by or as if by delivering a blow. Hang freely. The light dropped from the ceiling. A steep high face of rock. A steep drop. Stop pursuing or acting. Drop a lawsuit. Leave undone or leave out. A curtain that can be lowered and raised onto a stage from the flies, often used as background scenery. Lower the pitch of musical notes. A central depository where things can be left or picked up. A predetermined hiding place for the deposit and distribution of illicit goods, such as drugs or stolen property. Change from one level to another. She dropped into army jargon. Fall or sink into a state of exhaustion or death. Shop till you drop. Give birth. Used for animals. The cow dropped her calf this morning. Go down in value. Stock prices dropped. Let fall to the ground. Don't drop the dishes. Lose a game. The Giants dropped 11 of their first 13. Omit a letter or syllable in speaking or writing. New Englanders drop their post-vocalic R's. Take a drug, especially LSD, by mouth. She dropped acid when she was a teenager. Terminate an association with. Drop him from the Republican ticket. The act of dropping something. They expected the drop would be successful. To fall vertically. The bombs are dropping on enemy targets. Utter with seeming casualness. Drop a hint. Use up, consume fully. The legislature expended its time on school questions. Pay out. Consume all of one's attention or time. Carry out or participate in an activity, be involved in. They engaged in a discussion. Engage or hire for work. Give to in marriage. Carry on, wars, battles, or campaigns. Engage for service under a term of contract. Keep engaged. Engage the gears. Hire for work or assistance. Engage aid, help, services, or support. Ask to represent, of legal counsel. Get caught. Make sure the gear is engaged.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.